Hey, what's up, guys? Today I'm gonna work on the camper a little bit. I've got it here in the driveway at the house, so as you can see from the background, it is a little bit of a tight fit. But what I want to talk about is my sewer hose, aka Stinky Slinky, whatever. Like most people, I have it in the bumper. It's not ideal. It does cause some corrosion. Got it here. It's not a perfect fit. I've got the Valterra Easy Hose. So it doesn't quite fit. You have to put it in there just the right way. The extension doesn't fit with it attached. You have to kind of adjust it. It's not the best. The other thing is my hose, my coupler here, my elbow, I have to put in this little like Tupperware kind of container. Sanitize it or whatever and keep it up in the pass-through all the way up in the front. I don't really like that solution. It works, but it's not ideal. So when we bought the camper a year ago, there wasn't a lot of aftermarket support for an additional carrier. You could use the fence post method, which was okay, but it wasn't clean. Clean as in the way it looks. It was clean as far as the hose goes. But I really don't like this. And then when we went to the beach last week, I noticed there is a lot of corrosion starting to take place in there. And we've only had this camper a year, so I really want to preserve the life of all the steel components and everything. I don't want the rust to start, so I'm going to have to treat that as well. However, I have found that Valterra, the same people that make the hose that I have, also have a new hose carrier. Looking online, it looks like they had something similar in the past. I saw it, but I didn't really care for it last year when we bought the camper. What they have now is it's a little bit different design with a hinge door. I think they bought the design from somebody else. I don't know who exactly. Either way, I've seen it around and I wanted to check it out for myself. So I'm going to install that underneath where the plumbing or the dump connections are, so that way it's less travel. I don't know yet if this 90-degree elbow will fit in there. If not, I will switch to something different. The Rhino hose is a really popular item, and that does not fit in the bumper. This is supposed to fit the Rhino hose as well. And from the looks of it, the 90-degree elbow that the Rhino hose has is a little bit different, and it might fit, so I might just buy that one connector from it, or just a different 90, so that therefore it'll fit in the carrier. So we're going to go ahead and put this carrier on, and I'm going to show you how that's done now. So once you get the carrier, I ordered mine from Amazon. Lots of places carry it. I just, Amazon was the easiest, but lots of places carry it. But once you open it up here, just flip this little thing, open it right up. There is a pack of screws. And this will work great if you're like maybe mounting it to the body across the panel here, or up on the front like I've seen. I'm going to mount mine to the frame, so I'm going to make a little trip to the hardware store and go get some self-tapping metal screws. Alright, so here I am underneath the camper. I've got it secured up here. You can't really see it, but I've got just vice grips in the middle holding it in place. This is the rear of the back steps, the back set of steps. I wanted them in front of it. I wanted it right behind the axle so it was closer to the dump valve. It's still extremely close. I'll flip it around. I'll flip the camera around here and show you in just a second. But it interfered with some of the other plumbing, so this was as close as I could get it, with still being, out of the way. It is right underneath the slide, but I do this first and last, so it's not a big deal that I'd have to crawl underneath the slide, because the slide's always in when I mess with it anyways. So let me flip it around here. Alright, so you should be able to see right here, there is the outlet, the dump valves for the sewer. And here's where the hose is. Right there, that line, that is where the slide, the edge of the slide goes out. So again, won't be able to really access it with the slide out, but that's never really a problem because I don't think I've ever hooked and unhooked with the slide out anyways. So, you know, no big deal. And right here you can see how I've got just the vice grips holding it in place. I've got the door open right in the center there just to kind of hold it, to set it in place. Right behind the stairs. I still wanted to be able to access the door from this side as well in case I ever needed, you know, extra fittings, or I couldn't get the extension I needed to reach in from the other side, anything like that. So I still wanted to be able to access this side since I had that option. The other really nice thing about this is, see right here, this joint, it's a slip joint, it's expandable. So this one I think is 50 to 94 inches, so I bolted it right in between the frame. The same way, you know, the axles and everything else are. I didn't need exact dimensions, all I did was bolt it right there. I've seen a lot of people, you know, run it parallel, like along the frame. I wanted to do mine perpendicular. You know, gives you a lot of options, which is really great thing that it can do here. So here are the number 14 by 1 screws that I picked up at the hardware store. They seem to be the closest in size with what was factory. I wanted the self-drilling screws because, as I stated earlier, I'm putting these in metal versus, you know, other people that may not do that or mount it elsewhere. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Second, third. So here we go. We're going to slide this in here. Try not to put it on the ground and get it dirty. I just had to spray it off the outside the last time that we went out. Here we go. Let's see. Right here's the connection between the two. Look at that. Slide right in. All right. Well, go on. A little effort. Ooh, a lot of water. Rinse it out, rinse it off. It's clean. The only downside is it does not appear that my fitting here is going to fit like that. So I'm going to have to keep it in this for now and go see if I can find another fitting that fits better. So yeah, let's just close it up right there. All right, nice and secure. There's a little spot to put a lock on there. I mean, who's gonna come steal my sewer hose? Who wants my crap? Nobody. That's why it's there to dump. So look, super easy. I've got my gloves on right now. It is dirty. I will come back and spray this all with a bleach water solution that I always use on all my fittings and connections. Before and after use, so that I make sure that everything stays sanitized. So yeah, it was really that easy. You know, it took me maybe 20-25 minutes to do it because I was shooting this video. If I had just done it, if I had the screws, didn't have to go to the hardware store, 10 minutes, easy, well worth it. I feel like it's out of the way. I don't have to worry about the corrosion. It's plastic. It fits in there really well. I get to keep the connections together. It's big enough, should fit a Rhino hose, which is super popular, I know now, even though I do have the Valterra hose. This is a Valterra carrier. Just coincidence that the same people, you know, that was great. Works out for me. I mean, they're not paying me for this video. I have like 2 subscribers, so it's just really nice that they both turned out to be the same. Their coupler, though, their own elbow, doesn't fit in there, so that's something they should probably work on. So here we go. that's all there is. See you next time.